Hello, welcome back. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hello, hey, it's great to see you. Hey, great to see you. Welcome back to the channel, Zoe Maven, and take two. What's up, family? Glad you could join me for another tutorial as far as presentation goes, right? Because presentation is kind of what I do on a daily basis, and I want to share with you today some of the tips and techniques that I employ to get a really smooth presentation. Now, just to bring some context to today's video, you all know I'm a broadcast journalist, right? So when I say presentation, I mainly refer to presenting a program on camera, right? Like sometimes in the studio, sometimes out on location. So this is different from the presentation that you would have if you're pitching an idea, for instance, or you're making a speech or giving a public address, or maybe you're teaching a course or even recording a YouTube video. It's different. But I have had to make several of these other kinds of presentations where I spoke to a large group of people, so I know what that is like as well. Now, not everyone has the natural eloquence or a ready charisma for presentation. It can be hard. I know, trust me. Now, one of the things that I have observed is that for many people, my humble self included, they get really nervous and tense before a presentation. They become anxious, fidgety, uncomfortable, have butterflies in their stomachs and all of these symptoms that really are screaming, saying, I am not comfortable. I really don't want to do this, but I have to do it. Maybe it's a job, or maybe it's something that I really want to get into, but I'm just starting. So it really can get uncomfortable, especially if you've not been doing this before and you're not used to it. It can get really tense. But there is good news. There are things that you can do, and I'm referring to relaxation techniques which will considerably reduce your feelings of being nervous. They will do that for you, and they will also make you more confident for that presentation. Quickly subscribe and comment below on what are some of the things that you do personally before you have a major presentation or a major pitch to give. Let me know down in the section below. So here are 3 of my personal and favorite relaxation techniques which I use to rightly position myself for that killer presentation, whether it's on air, in front of the camera, or simply addressing a crowd. It works every time. Guaranteed. First relaxation technique that I use are breathing exercises. Now, one of the first things I do before every presentation, at least most of the time, is to breathe deeply and then exhale slowly. Take a long, slow breath in through your nose, first filling your lower lungs and then your upper lungs. And then you kind of hold your breath to the count of 3, 5, or even 10 if you can manage that. Then exhale slowly through pursed lips while you relax the muscles in your face, your jaw, your shoulder, and your stomach. Now do this a couple of times until you feel the tension leave your body. This is what I do. My sister, my brother, it works. You just instantly, you feel the tension seeping out of your body. You feel calm, you feel relaxed, you know that everything is under control. The second relaxation technique that I use or employ is to listen to music or messages. Could be a podcast. Now, I listen to some music or I listen to messages to calm myself and to sort of affirm who I am, what I'm about, and so on. Now, note that the content of whatever you're listening to is key. You don't want to listen to music or a podcast that is going to get you upset, agitate you, or trigger some uncomfortable feelings. You don't want that. So get music that will calm you, music that will sort of relax you. And if it's a message you're listening to or a podcast, make sure that the content of that podcast is soothing, calming, speaks to your soul, and sort of affirms your self-worth. Now, personally, I love listening to gospel music, especially the ones that really, really affirm who I am and talk about what I have, my abilities, if you like. I totally recommend that you do this. It will change your life. Now, I don't always have the time to do this particular technique each time I'm going to present something. So what I do instead is I do this as often as I can in between breaks, or when I know that I have a major presentation coming up, I sort of do that in preparation for it. And the third favorite relaxation technique that I employ before going on any presentation is positive visualization and meditation. This is something that I do most of the time before I make a presentation. I close my eyes and I visualize my whole presentation, the whole process. So I sort of imagine that I'm speaking with great energy and that my audience loves me, that they are listening and even engaging with me, all of those things. And beyond that, I also verbally affirm myself. So I'm telling myself that I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful, I'm the best presenter there is, and so on and so forth. Now, if you have never done this before, it really could seem a little weird doing it, but once you get the hang of it, I promise you, your self-confidence will just soar, and you'll know deep down within that you've got this presentation in the bag. Now, please note that these techniques are only some of several that you can try out. There's a whole lot of other relaxation techniques that you can try and that maybe work for you better than they will work for me. But what I did here is to give you 3 of my best and favorite techniques that I use and which work for me. Bear in mind also that these techniques will only help you to be less nervous and tense, and ultimately build your self-confidence and overcome your fear of speaking publicly. They are not a substitute for a great presentation itself. You still will have to do your research, you still will have to write your script, you still will have to rehearse and perfect your talking points. That is, if you're not using a teleprompter, you have to do all of these things. What the relaxation techniques will do for you is to get you in that frame of mind where you can deliver the presentation smoothly, excellently, and beautifully. So if you found this video helpful, then stay ready for the next video in this series, in which I will be giving you some tips on the right stance and body language, or body posture if you like, that will have people be mesmerized and listen to you with rapt attention in your next presentation. So while you wait for that video, click on these over here. So if you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, quickly subscribe if you haven't done so, and ensure that your notification icon is engaged so that you know when the next video drops. All right? I'm Maven. Always remember, life is beautiful when you know how to live it. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.